Hi there guys, hope everyone's keeping well. Today we are going to be looking at the cardboard scenery that you used to get inside a White Dwarf magazine. Because I was umming and ahhing about what sort of game to review or, excuse me, if I was going to do some more White Dwarf magazines, and I thought to myself, I've got a load of cardboard terrain that I've already put together. And I've made some bases for them. So I just thought some of you might be interested to see what I've done, and also a little nostalgic look back at some of the cool terrain that you used to get with White Dwarf when White Dwarf magazines used to be good. In my opinion, back in the 80s and 90s, and I suppose up to the early 2000s, White Dwarf magazine was spot on. It was brilliant. But nowadays, no, I'm afraid I'm not interested. But anyway, never mind about that. Let's have a look at the terrain. So in front of me is the, I suppose you'd call it like a ruined cathedral or sort of chapel, church. You could use it in Warhammer 40k or Warhammer Fantasy. It came in White Dwarf 212. This was the first one that I put together, so I thought I'd start with this one. So it is just a nice little cardboard ruin. Like I said, I've just made a very basic cardboard base with some flock and some little tufts of grass. But yeah, this is the first one I put together. I remember having this when I was younger, when the magazine originally came out, but unfortunately, I lost all of my Games Workshop stuff, or I gave a lot of it away or sold it. So I made it a point to try and buy all the magazines back that I used to have, plus ones that I didn't have a chance to get. And like I said, I picked this one up and I had to make it, because I remember what a cool little model it was back then, and it's still cool now. Even though it's just a thin piece of cardboard, it looks really nice. Like I said, I've just done a very basic base for it. I've drawn some flagstones and then a little bit of flock around the edging, a little bit of gravel here and there. But the structure itself is really nice. Yeah, there you go, that is the first one. And then, as you might have noticed in the background, we have the next load I put together, which is from issue, let me just find it, issue 215, so only a few months later. This is the full tilt scenery for their jousting game that White Dwarf released. So this cover 215, full tilt jousting game inside. And it came with all this cool cardboard scenery. So you got the main stand here, a couple of little stands on the side. Then you have the like the tilt, the barrier in the middle for your knights to joust up and down. And then you also got a couple of tents with different styles of heraldry on. So you got that one, and then this blue one here. So yeah, like I said, I've just made a very basic cardboard base. A little bit of hedgerow, some grass, a little bit of gravel, flock. And this one I've made a little campfire. And on the main structure, just move that one out of the way, I've put some little barriers across the front so you can have spectators. These bits actually move, whereas the main bit I've actually glued down, but these bits can move back and forth. So you can have them right at the front or further back, so you can have spectators stood either side. And then if we turn it round, I made a little step going up, because obviously how are your people supposed to get up there with such a big drop? So just made a little stairs just to get them up. So that is that one. And there was some more. I have another one here. I will show you, I haven't put it together yet. This is from issue 214. Again, they were really knocking out the cardboard scenery because 212 was the church. Then you had 215 full tilt, so 214, they gave you a nice piece of scenery for Gorka Morka, which I haven't assembled yet, but I will do. Let me just find the page where it is. Come on, I know there's a picture of it, because you actually get, excuse me, a cardboard tower that you can use for your games of Gorka Morka, or I suppose you could use them for Warhammer 40k. Well, here's the instructions, because like I said, I have not assembled this yet. Here we go. There's a picture of what it looks like. I remember having this one when I was younger as well. I did assemble this back in the day. So that is something I will get round to building and making a base for, and I'll probably use it in maybe games of Kill Team, which I play quite often with my son. So there is that one. And then if we go back, so that's issue 214, and if we go back to issue 213, unfortunately these are not in this issue, but you got 3 tabletop barricades. So there was 3 of these cardboard barricades. Again, this is another one I had when I was a kid. And do seem to remember I actually built the barricades, but again, I don't know what happened to them, unfortunately. But yeah, they would have been in the middle. But unfortunately, this issue that I picked up off eBay did not come with them. So I'm going to look out for another issue so I can build these 3 barricades, for, again, for Kill Team Warhammer 40,000. And then one more, which is quite an old issue. We're going all the way back to issue 155, which came with a free Warhammer card building. Now this one was cool. I have not built this one yet because I actually want to wait until I get a second copy because of how old this is. But this one, you could build a Warhammer building for Warhammer Fantasy Battle. I think there is a picture of it somewhere in here. Let me just double check, I might be wrong. But this was a cool building. This was one I did not have as a child. I did not have a copy of this White Dwarf, so I never had this building. But once I find a second copy, which is also complete, I will be making one and keeping one whole, keeping one issue whole. Unfortunately, no, I can't find the picture, sadly, sorry. But there you go. Oh, hang on. I believe that's it on the back there. Let me just double check inside. I would say that looks quite familiar. Looks quite similar to me. I would say that could be the building that you make actually there, that they're using for this scene in the back of the issue. I mean, this is when White Dwarf was brilliant. These old pictures of the battle scenes were just amazing. Look at that, you've got the High Elves versus the Orcs and Goblins there. Amazing. But yeah, there is the Warhammer house that you can build from this issue. So like I said, I look forward to trying to find another one of these and then getting that built. And I also have the Mordheim cardboard scenery. I've just got one here, for example. This is one of the smaller Mordheim buildings, ruins, which I am going to base. I've been umming and ahhing about it because I've seen some people on YouTube, different channels. Some have based their scenery, some haven't. But the ones that have based it, they do look really good. So I was thinking of just like just a basic bit of cardboard or 3mm NDF around there. A little bit of cobblestones outside, a little bit of wood, like wooden floor inside, here and there, the odd the odd ruin, boulder, rock scattered around. I mean, you can imagine what it would look like. But yeah, I've been umming and ahhing for a while now about doing that, so that's probably going to be something I'll get around to doing in the near future. But there we go. This is just a little walk down memory lane, and like I said, looking at some of the cool scenery. There you go. Hope you've enjoyed it, because I know I have. I do enjoy talking about this stuff. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I look forward to making another one soon. Hopefully I'll start knocking out some more videos soon. And everybody take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.